Hey there, welcome back to E-Fishing. I'm Rodney. It's about dark again. We're gonna do a little more night fishing, but this time we're down at Dale Hollow. We're gonna chase a big old smallmouth tonight, so y'all hang on. If y'all like it, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let's go fishing. Check that one out. He ain't real big, but he's a start. We're gonna keep at it. Y'all hang on. It's gonna get darker in a little bit. Woohoo! They're getting bigger. Woo! How's that? Well, here's what's happened. We've caught a couple on jerkbait, and they were kind of small, but they hung out pretty good when they were on that point a minute ago on a jig. So we're gonna keep at it. We're gonna set the night vision camera up. Y'all hang on. We'll be back after a while when it's dark, real dark. We're out. Well, we've got all set up for night fishing, and the camera's rolling. But then there was a problem. It quit recording, and then this happened. Can y'all see that big bruiser there? Look at that. That's a pretty good one there. That's on a jig. Woohoo! Don't let him go. So after we caught that fish, we got set back up, and we're still on the same point here. And this point here, it's, you know, it's got a river channel running out behind it there, so it's pretty good. I'm probably setting in 20-25 foot of water, maybe 30, and just fishing that jig down this point. And they weren't right up on the point, but they were down there in probably 15 or 20 foot of water. Alright, I know you can see that one. Camera's going, I can see it. Then I had another little issue. I forgot to hit the record button on the GoPro. But anyways, y'all can see that fish there. It's a pretty decent little old smallmouth. So I ended up fishing around there for a little while, didn't catch anything, and fired the boat up and moved on down to another point. And this point ended up having a little bit of grass on it, so you can see me working the rod there a little bit. If I'm shaking it, it's usually in some grass or something. I'm trying to shake that jig out of that grass. greenfish. How's that? There's a greenfish. How's that? About that. Probably 2.5 pounds. Let that one go. So we're still on that same point, and we just caught that last largemouth. And well, we're about 25 or 30 yards on the inside of it. So keep that in mind when you're fishing these points. Fish maybe 50 yards on the outside of the point and 50 yards on the inside of it, and see if you can't locate a few fish that way. But anyways, with this spinnerbait, I'm pretty much just fishing it like I did that jig, but just keeping it moving, almost, you know, maybe a foot or so off the bottom. If it would touch, I'd pick it back up. See that? All right, guys, there's another greenfish. That was on spinnerbait. I don't know what's up with the largemouth starting to bite, but they are, so we'll keep at it. Y'all hang on. Well, we've hopped on over to another point down the lake a little bit, and this one's got a little more grass in it. But again, we're just keeping the boat in 25 to 30, maybe 35 foot, and targeting that 15 to 20, maybe 25 foot zone. And pay attention to how I'm working this rod here. When it's getting in that grass, I'm shaking it free. And sometimes when you shake it up in the grass and then pop it loose, one will grab it. Look at that one. Look at that. All right, guys. There's another largemouth. I don't know why they're biting, and the smallmouth aren't. That was probably about 3 pounds. Pretty decent fish. If y'all can see him or not, how he looks. But there he goes. So we're still on the same point, and we just caught that largemouth, but we're on the outside of the point, maybe 25 or 30 yards now. And there's not really any grass here, it's more rock, and there's a few little logs or a little brush pile or something down in there. And I guess something I want to let y'all know is, like, when y'all get your jig in something, a brush pile or grass or whatever, make sure you shake that thing a little bit. Sometimes that'll make them fish want to come up there and eat that thing. Smallmouth. All right, there's a smallmouth after dark. Maybe they're going to start back at it. Let's let that one go. That one's a pretty one. Y'all see that? Shoo. Hey there, we're back in the garage. It was kind of a late night last night, so I didn't really talk about what all we did. But anyways, we caught a few on a jerkbait there right before dark. They were kind of small. I was wanting to throw top water, but y'all saw how the boat, it was rocking up and down. So there's quite a bit of traffic out there. So if you go down there, be careful. That was in the middle of the week, so I can't imagine what the weekend's like. There's probably a lot of people running around, so be careful. Make sure you turn your lights on. I saw several folks running around without lights, especially after dark. So that's real dangerous. Y'all don't do that. Turn them on. And if you got dimmers on your lights, make sure you turn them up while you're running, because I saw some people running around with dimmed out lights too. you can't really, you know, your lights are there to keep people from running into you. So make sure people can see you while you're out there. So anyways, what we caught fish on, caught a couple on the jerk bait because we wanted to throw top water and it was so rough. So I just put the jerk bait on, see if we catch a few. Did catch a few. And then caught that, oh well, I didn't catch it. I hung that one right before dark on a jig, on a point, and I kind of ran with that the rest of the night, fishing point. So that's the main thing. I was fishing points, there was a channel was close. Sometimes it ran up next to the point, didn't really seem to matter as long as it was a point on the main lake. Seemed like there's a few fish there. There were a few fish in, find some grass, there's some fish in that. The one of those largemouth, had found a little grass bed on a point, threw it up there, and I was shaking it in the grass, and as soon as that jig went out of that grass, that largemouth grabbed it. So if you get hung up in the grass, make sure you shake it a little bit and then pop it. Sometimes that'll make one hit it. So anyways, let's look, see what we got there on the baits, and then we'll be out here. All right, here we go. This is what we caught fish on last night. These two rods right here. They're both 7-foot heavy action rods. The one with the jig on it got 15-pound line on it. The one with spinnerbait's got 20. So the jig, it's just a 1/2 ounce Do It Molds football jig, and it's got a peanut butter and jelly pocket chunk on it. Pretty simple, just a brown jig, peanut butter and jelly trailer on it. And I changed trailers a couple times, caught a couple of different fish on different trailers, so I don't know that really matters, but you know, just a brown jig with something on it. I think I even had a red trailer on it at one time. So mix them up, match, see what happens. You might find out something works better than the other. As far as the spinnerbait goes, it's just a 3/4 ounce spinnerbait. Got a gold blade on it, purple and chartreuse. Made that out of a Do It Molds poison tail jig. It seems to do real good with this. I don't know, I was throwing a black and red spinnerbait before I switched over to the purple and chartreuse and didn't catch anything. Switched over to the purple and chartreuse, and there you go, caught that one fish on it. So anyways, I'm Rodney with E-Fishing. We'll be out on the lake again sometime. We might be in the garage, we might make something, paint a crankbait, I don't know, we'll just see what happens. It's what this channel's about, whatever I'm doing fishing wise. Anyways, if y'all liked it, make sure you subscribe, especially if it's your first time. I know there's several of y'all out there that this is the first time y'all are there. Make sure you hit it. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. Let me know what y'all are catching fish with down there on Dale Hollow. Be careful out there and make sure you put your lights on. Make sure you wear your life jacket too while you're out there at night. We'll catch y'all later. We're out.